I'm author Lucy McConnell.
And I'm author Erica Penrod.
And I'm your host, Shaylee Dimmick. This is Angels Unscripted, where we talk all things angels. Did you know you have angels all around you? Join us as we talk books, friendship, romance, family, and more to discover the unscripted angels in your life. Hi, and welcome back to Angels Unscripted. Today we're diving into Angel Institute Book 4, written by author Erica Penrod, who is here next to me, and we also have Lucy McConnell in the studio today as well. Join us as we share some of your amazing angel stories after we talk about the spirit of generosity and giving with Chloe. Let's start off with Erica. Can you tell us more about this book and your main character, Chloe?
Okay, well, Chloe is a successful young woman. She developed an app for businesses, and she basically created her own company. She came from Benton Falls. She was raised in Benton Falls, and then she's kind of a success story. She leaves, she starts her own company, and so she was raised by her grandma, and so she's felt alone a lot of her life because she was raised by her grandma, who she really loved, and then her grandma passes away, and so she's kind of on her own. And so she leaves, creates a company, and that's kind of where she finds her, I want to say happiness, but I don't think she's really happy. Right. That's what she's done. Like, success has meant a lot to her, and so when she's brought back to Benton Falls, she's forced to face some of the emotional things that she kind of buries and doesn't deal with, and so coming back to her hometown. That? I don't know. What were you just talking about?
I'm joking. I'm fighting a headache because I won't cry.
Yeah. I'm like, just cry. Come on, cry. Just let it out. Yeah. So Chloe, probably hasn't cried for a while. Yeah. So she comes back to Benton Falls and is faced with some of those childhood things that she needs to deal with. And it's just one of those great stories, how this small town and all the Christmas stuff and the angel and love and just help Chloe. So,
That's awesome. And let's discuss the angel as well. Okay. I know we talked a little bit about that before the show. Her name's Rebecca, so tell us about her. Okay,
so Rebecca was probably one of my most... Well, I say that about every angel because I love them all. I'm like, this one's my most favorite, and then I'm like, they're all so much fun
writing this one, and then the next one I'm like, ooh, he was so interesting, and then the next one I'm like, she was amazing. Yeah. So they're all just amazing.
That's kind of Rebecca to me. Rebecca is my youngest angel. I think she was 22 when she passed away and went to heaven. And so she's kind of got a little bit of a chip on her shoulder anyway because she wasn't super happy about dying. Yeah. Like, she really wasn't done. Like, she saw things going a certain way, and so,
Do you have how she died? Do you?
I can't remember in this one if I do.
If you do have it in there. Yeah. I just wondered if it was like...
The one I'm writing now, I definitely have a story.
It's accidental, obviously.
Yes, Yeah, it was an accident.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was a car accident. Anyway... So she comes to heaven with a little bit of a chip on her shoulder because she's 22, she's in the prime of her life, and so she's like, what am I doing here? And then, to make matters worse, she gets assigned to be the weather girl, the forecaster.
In heaven.
Which is, as you can guess, sunny and warm. So every day she gets up there and she's like, hey, today's going to be sunny and warm. And so she's like, how many ways can I say this? And why am I even doing this?
Why is that job?
So,
why is there that job?
Yes, exactly. That's what Rebecca thinks.
That's awesome.
As she gets her assignment, which is Chloe, it's really fun because when Rebecca gets there, Rebecca's just looking to get out of being the weather girl. The weather girl. So it's a
nice promotion.
Yes. So she's like, okay, I'll do this guardian thing. So when she gets assigned Chloe, it's really fun because Chloe and her mirror each other. And that is really cool. Hard. You know when you're a lot like somebody?
Yeah.
You struggle to get along with them, don't you? Like, I've seen that many times when you're and like in families and that and there will be like a parent and a kid that you're like, why did they butt heads so much? And you're like,
because they're both amazing.
Yes.
And you're like,
but they're exactly alike.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of where Chloe and Rebecca meet each other.
Yeah.
And so you see not only Chloe's journey, but you get to see Rebecca's as well. And so it's kind of fun having her be a reluctant angel, if you will. So yeah.
That's super fun. And I know we talked about this from the last book, talking with Lucy, but how does Rebecca grow throughout the story?
Okay, so
what does she learn?
So Rebecca, as she meets Chloe, and she's kind of like, I'm just here for this assignment, and then Chloe kind of annoys her because she's a lot like herself, and so throughout this journey, Rebecca softens, and she gets to see a lot of where Chloe is coming from. And I think that is, like, for all of us, we can judge somebody pretty quickly, but when we have the chance to get to know them or understand why they're doing what they're doing or the struggles they're going through, it tends to help us grow and to see them differently, but we grow as a person. And that's what happens with Rebecca. She gets to know Chloe, and it ends up being that the assignment isn't necessarily for Chloe, it's for Rebecca. And she,
that's awesome.
You know, so I don't want to tell everything of it, but that's the journey that Rebecca
well,
goes
and I was
on
going to say, if you're seeing somebody else behave a certain way and you're learning from that, then I would so much rather learn from somebody else's mistake than my own.
I would too.
So
yes.
So let's discuss Oliver.
Oliver. Oh, I like Oliver.
I really love that name.
I know.
I just have to say, I think it's a
so
good name.
Oliver.
Do they call him Ollie?
Not that I know of. No. But I'm not saying you can't. But Oliver is the cute small town guy that runs his family's department store. And I don't know about you, but one thing that I love during the holidays, and in books, in movies, I love reading about that small town department store.
Oh my gosh, they're so fabulous.
Like it just feels like the holidays, doesn't it? Like I don't know what it is about it, but if it's in the movie, I love that scene. Yeah. And so Oliver runs Hank's department store, which is his family's.
Okay.
And so he's at the point his parents are no longer part of it, and so he's running the department store. And it's a small town, and you know, everything's changed. Everybody buys things online. So of course there's a little bit of financial struggle, but he loves what he does. He knows all the customers, they come in, he's asking about their families. And so Oliver is just this small town great guy, loves what he does, and he is in a little bit of a financial mess, and that's where Chloe comes in. And she's kind of coming from the opposite side, like, hey, here's an app. This can, do all these things for you. And so that's where they kind of have a struggle, but it brings them together. So Oliver's just a good guy. He's just really fun.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
I have, in book 1, Tyler and Lena stop in at Hank's to get matching pajamas. That's part of his grand gesture, is with the girlfriend to make up with her, is they show up wearing matching PJs and bring her a pair, and they went and bought them at Hank's. So because they have
that's kind of a sweet connection.
So I like the department store a lot. So anyway, so I like Oliver because he's the one in there.
So cute.
And does Chloe like coming back to Benton Falls, or does she have a little bit of a hard time with that?
Okay, so I don't know how much to talk about, but I'll tell. So Chloe, she's been a workaholic. She's been building this company. She's the CEO, but she has a board, and basically they tell her, you're going on vacation.
Okay.
And she really doesn't have anywhere she wants to go or should go, and she has her grandma's house in Benton Falls. Yeah. So she's like, I'll just go there.
Yeah.
But our little angel does a little something before she gets there. So and to kind of get things moving along for Chloe. So it's not that she wants to be in Benton Falls, but that was kind of where she had to go. Yeah. So
that's good to know too. So I think let's move on to the spirit of giving and what that plays in Chloe.
So I was thinking about this earlier as I was thinking about Chloe's story, and the point where Chloe changes the most is through the act of giving. And I don't want to talk about exactly what she does because that I feel like that's such a key part of the story. But that for her, as you're writing these and each book has a theme, you're thinking about how does this like gratitude, giving, comfort, friendship, how does this play into this person's story, into their life? Like, how is it going to affect them? And so for Chloe, giving is such a great way to change your life and someone else's life. And so she does this big gesture well, it's a big gesture made up of a whole bunch of small little gestures. And anyway, so that's what changes her. And so that was fun to write.
Yeah, that is fun. And it sounds like Benton Falls is a really giving town as well. And I think it's kind of looking like Benton Falls outside today. I mean, we got snow this morning, so
I know.
It's fun to wake up to before Halloween.
It feels like Christmas. I knocked on the door and Lucy opens it and I'm like, Merry Christmas! 'Cause it feels like it. Yay! So yeah, it's our first snowfall.
Yeah.
So it's nice. It's fun. It puts a little bit different spin on it, huh?
Yeah.
To look outside and see the snow.
And see the snow-capped mountains out there.
Yeah, it's fun talking about Benton Falls when you feel like you're living
it's
it.
holidays.
Yeah.
Is it always snowing in Benton Falls in all these books?
Well, they all take place during the same time period,
Right,
which is December. So yes,
So there's always snow.
There's always snow. Yeah.
Okay.
It just comes when it's needed, right?
Yeah.
That's a great thing about a fictional town. You can have, when you need snow, it's there.
Is there?
You need a random stranger, he's there.
You got the pond that needs to freeze over so you can go ice skating. It's
It
done.
will freeze,
Yeah.
You need a snowstorm that snows you in.
Okay.
Happens.
There it happens. Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, don't you wish it would snow every Christmas like Benton Falls?
I would the
Sometimes we
week
don't
of
get
Christmas.
The week of, yeah.
And then I'm good with it being gone. When I was younger, I loved snow all the time. But as I've gotten older, I'm like, let's just have it for Christmas and then...
And then we can move on.
That's really showing my age. But yeah, it's fine.
Eric is not building snowmen.
No.
Every week in December.
I'm writing about them. I will happily write about them anytime. Yep.
That's awesome. And I mean, let's show our viewers on YouTube this book too. That's Chloe. It's a cute cover.
It's so cute. I actually really love this. It's like a butter color.
Yeah.
Out of all the colors, it's in the series. It's just different, but like it fits perfectly in with like you wouldn't think of a Christmas color being butter yellow, but no, it works so well.
But my favorite part, look at the bells on the back.
Oh, that's so cute.
I love those. Like that just sings Christmas to me. Like yeah. And the whole thing with the bells. Anyway.
Yeah. Because every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
The other thing about the books that I don't think we've mentioned yet is that in the back of each one, there are book club questions.
Oh, really?
Which are so wonderful. And some of them I was reading through on one of my books, and I was like, I had to really think about the answer to it. Not because I didn't know, but because it really made me think about something that I hadn't thought about before, like a different angle to look at it. And so there's some really wonderful questions in here. So if you have a book club and you're looking for a Christmas book or a Christmas book series, these are fantastic for that because they do come equipped with questions already for you for your book club. So
I think at one point, maybe when we get done with all of the books, we need to have them all out.
Oh yeah.
So we can see all of the covers and
up.
The colors, and they turned out really cute. So
super happy with them.
When I've seen, they're adorable. And Erica, tell us for our listeners where they can find these books.
Well, you can find these books on our website, which is angelinstitutebooks.com, and which is the great place to buy them because you can bundle and you can save over 40% if you do that. You're welcome to buy them individually if you want to try one, and which we know you're going to get hooked because
once you read one,
you want to find out what happens to all of them. So you're welcome to find them anywhere books are sold, but we'd love for you to visit us on angelinstitutebooks.com. And also we have other fun gifts.
The gifts are the best section.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
at the top there's a tab that says gifts. Click there and you can go get, they're packaged beautifully. They're set up for you to give an angel to a friend this Christmas.
Send an angel to a friend for Christmas. Yep. I was going to mention, we did kind of a fall fair. What would you call it? Yeah.
Yeah, a market.
A fall market. Lucy and I, and we had wrapped several books and presented them the way that we have on our website, and they sold so quickly. People were just loving them. it's so fun.
They're so cute
To get the book.
I know, to have all those little things.
With all the little things.
Right.
So it's such a great way to give someone who loves to read, or just anyone that you're thinking of this holiday season. The gifts are so fun. So I love the idea of send an angel to a friend. So.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, and I've seen them as well, and I think they represent everything we've been talking about.
Right.
Friendship, giving, harmony.
Yeah.
Yep.
Family, and they also have angel wings on them.
Oh yeah, the
Yes.
ornament, which is perfect. It's just wonderful.
Yeah. It's just a fun little gift. It's just like, of course, like giving a book is great for
Yeah.
those readers in your lives, but this is just taking it up a level. And after the response we had at the market, we're like, wow, this is such a great thing. We didn't know that people were going to love it the way that they did. And so that's why we're offering it.
Yeah.
It's extra special,
this
and
way
it's
too.
already wrapped.
Yes.
I know. It's already, you don't have to do anything with it. It's there.
Yeah,
it comes
it's
ready
cute.
to go.
Yeah.
So
It's super cute.
For sure. So yeah, it sounds like an amazing read, and of course check that out. And we have bundles as well if you want to follow along, or if you like what we've been talking about in previous episodes. All those books are on there as well.
Yep.
So always, well, not always, but usually on sale. So
yeah.
So let's move into some of our angel stories on giving.
Okay.
Very exciting. I think that we have some cute ones today.
And thank you again to everybody for sending in your stories.
I have loved reading them so much. Yeah.
That's part of the great thing about this whole experience is getting to hear from other people and to hear, like, we knew that angels were a big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, not just at Christmas, but especially at Christmas.
Yeah.
But to hear people's stories, it's inspiring.
Yeah. So this one's from Brenda. Last week we had a Brenda too. These are different Brendas. So I just wanted to differentiate. This one's from Brenda, and she says, my husband passed away in August of 2021. He had cancer for almost 11 years. Our 45th wedding anniversary would have been in that December. One night I dreamed that he came home, and he came into the bedroom door, and he got into bed with me. He just held me, and I asked him if he would stay. He said he couldn't, but that he would be here at times and I would know. It was so real, and I'm crying even as I write this. It's been 22 months and I miss him so much. I love that because
Beautiful.
angels come and they give. Like, I've never heard of an angel coming and taking anything ever. Like, never. They always come to give. And so she was lonely, and he gave her time, he gave her love, he gave her compassion, he gave her his presence, all of those things, and comfort, knowing he's not gone and he's waiting for her. So
that's very special.
I think it was just such a beautiful gift he gave her that night. And so anyway, Brenda, thank you so much for sharing that, because I think of all of the wonderful people on the other side. And I remember when my grandma passed, I remember sitting there thinking about the joy of her and my grandpa back together again in that moment. And I thought, they are so happy. Like,
oh, yeah, for sure.
So happy. And then I think on our side, we're sad because we're going to miss them. But there's so much joy happening when they pass through the veil there that it's just a beautiful thing to think about. So it brings me a lot of comfort.
Yeah.
Well, I love the idea of this is that while he was here, he loved her and he was giving to her. And that's not going to change on the other side. Like, his desire is going to be that she feels love and comfort and peace. And so as she prays for that, I know that's God sends us the angels that we know.
Yep.
Who already love us.
Yeah.
And so they just continue to give.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I love that story. That's sweet.
Yeah. Well, and I'm sure even her husband was missing her as well. And, I'm sure he was like, let me go visit, please. I
want to spend some time with
her.
her.
And he probably wants to stay more than she does, or wants in there. Like, I would imagine. Of course, I like to think there's a different perspective on the other side.
That you get through there and you're like, okay, things are a little not what I thought they were, but that's okay. Like, they're better. I would assume they're better. Even if you're the weather girl.
Yeah, even if you're the same forecast every night.
Even if you get...
Because, it's sunny and warm in heaven every day.
Yeah, yes. So,
Shouldn't she be happy that it's sunny and warm?
I know, right?
That's funny. And we also have another story. This one is not based on a true story. However, I think it's really cute, and I think that it will help us get into the Christmas spirit as well here on our podcast. So this one, the person who sent this in would like it to be anonymous, but this is a written story by them. So, years ago, a struggling single mother named Maria was going through her first Christmas alone with her young daughter Lily. Funds were tight, and with no family nearby, the holiday felt lonely. As Christmas approached, Maria wondered about making it special for her daughter without the resources for gifts or decorations. Then, one cold December night, she found a beautifully wrapped package on her doorstep with a simple note. From your guardian angel to remind you that you are never alone. Inside was everything she needed to create a Christmas to remember. A small tree with ornaments, warm gloves and scarves, and even a few toys for Lily. But what really moved Maria was a handwritten message tucked into the box. Keep giving your heart to those you love, and blessings will find their way back to you. In the years that followed, Maria kept the tradition alive, wrapping small gifts for others in her neighborhood who needed a reminder that someone cared. She would always leave a little note, from your guardian angel. To that day, Maria did not know who blessed her that Christmas, but she believes an angel knew just how to lift her heart and inspire a legacy of giving.
And that's cute.
So cute.
Sweet.
Yeah, and it says, this touching tale beautifully captures the essence of giving and how a single act of kindness can inspire a ripple of love and hope during the holiday season. And I think that's really sweet, even though whoever shared this wrote the story. I think it's very beautiful, and I think that, it invokes the spirit of giving this Christmas. Mm-hmm. And I know there's a lot, like, we've talked about it in previous episodes, but Secret Santa, how we wish we could do that all year, and how, it would be really special. We could do that all year, Secret Leprechaun, things like that.
Or think about leaving an Easter basket on somebody's porch.
Yeah.
I mean, how beautiful would that be,
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think with also talking about our gifts that we have, like giving the gift of an angel, I think that is more than just a book and something for readers. I think it's also something special to let somebody know that there is somebody thinking of them.
Yep.
And that it's an
extra
angel.
touch. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, I love that story, and thank you for our listener who shared it.
It reminds me a lot of I have like a collection of Christmas books that I reread every year, and it just reminds me of one of those stories. That's part of why, like, writing Christmas books is so fun, because I not only write them, but I have always loved them long before I started writing. So Christmas stories mean so much to me, and that it just puts you in that feeling, like the spirit of it, and it just makes you feel good, and it's just such a special time of year that I love to just spend time in a book.
Yeah.
Just enjoying it even more. I have always said, and I'm not the person that came up with this, but I always believe you get out of Christmas what you put into it. And if you don't want to have a holly jolly Christmas, you will not.
Yeah.
Exactly. So to me, it's those little things. It's the effort. It's that, like you're saying, like the wrapped thing and putting the, it's just those little touches.
Extra touches.
That, and they don't have to be big.
Yeah.
It's just those small gestures that we seem to be more in tune with during the holidays. That
or we're willing to do.
Yes,
I think that's a lot of that
true.
is we're just more willing to put the effort forward. Yeah.
Right. And so I love Christmas stories, and I just think it's a way to bring the season into your heart a little bit more. Yeah. And who doesn't love a good Christmas story?
Exactly.
I mean, really.
The Grinch. Scrooge.
Okay, do you have
They end up liking them at the end, so the end of it.
They are the good Christmas story.
I know, that's why it's ironic, isn't it?
That's funny. Yeah, and I think that this would be a good social media trend to start with this, give a gift of a guardian angel to somebody, anonymously too, just as like a gift of service. And if you'd like to do that this Christmas, we could start it on our page as well, on Angels Unscripted. But maybe use the hashtag give a guardian angel.
Yeah.
Or give an angel.
Give an
Just
angel.
hashtag give an angel.
Yeah.
This Christmas, and see how far we can get that as well. So if you'd like to join in on that, we'll be starting that in the month of December.
That'll be awesome.
That would be cool.
That will be awesome as well. And thank you to everyone who shared their angel
and it's
stories.
still sharing.
Yeah, and still sharing.
It's so much fun to go into that email and look and see
and we're
what's in there.
getting new angel stories every day, and we love sharing those with you.
Yeah.
So, follow along on our podcast at Angels Unscripted, whether you're listening on YouTube or Apple Podcast. And as always, we will
see you next Monday.